Isn't the number 13 supposed to be an unlucky number? Revelation 13:3, it says, "One of the beasts seemed to have a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast." And that happened July 13th. Then, what happened immediately after that? He got back up, he started chanting, fist pumping, "Fight, fight, fight." And then the crowd was cheering, "USA, USA." And then they went back to his black SUV. So if you keep going on that verse from Revelation, it says, people worship the dragon because he had been given authority to the beast, and they also worshiped the beast and asked, "Who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it?" So they clearly were worshiping Trump by chanting and going to these rallies. These rallies are like worship services. And did you know his presidential car was also called the Beast? He also talks about peace and safety a lot. And in 1 Thessalonians it says, "While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come." By the way, these slideshows come from Joshua Jones that shared with me in messages. He believes that we're going to be kept from the hour of trial, but not taken out of it, and that we are already in the Great Tribulation. Do you remember when Obama accidentally said "Thank you, Satan" on TV? The comparison between Trump and King Nebuchadnezzar, "May the king live forever," from Daniel chapter 3, verse 9. And in this news article, they said to Trump, "Long live the king." And apparently he has been seen with bruising on his right hand, which has several explanations for it. And the mark of the beast in Revelation describes the mark on the right hand or the forehead that enables people to buy or sell in the end times. And with that symbol on their hand or forehead, that symbolizes their allegiance to the beast. So something on your hand. This identity is also linked to birth registration and pokes at birth. It's also linked to mandatory digital IDs. Neuralink also adds up to 666. Revelation 13:16-18 adds up to 47. Is he the 47th president? Mysterious drone sightings last year began in mid-November 2024, with first reported incidents November 18, 2024 in New Jersey. These sightings were reported in areas including Morris County near military installations. And over here, Elon is tweeting, "Drone swarm battles are coming that will boggle the mind." Why is he like prophesying, like they're coming? And then this is what a picture of like what they saw in Revelation, where he couldn't really describe what it was he was seeing, and this is what we are seeing in 2024. Revelation 17 verse 2, "With her the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with wine of her adulteries." And then the news headlines, we're talking about a reporter with the Camilla 2020 face tattoo. People were serious? Like, I didn't hear about this. Getting a tattoo of Kamala Harris on their forehead? Wow. Revelation 17 verse 5 says, "The name written on her forehead was a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and the abominations of the earth." Here she is wearing purple. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet, with glittering with gold and precious stones and pearls. She held a golden cup on her hand, filled with abominable things and the fifth of her adulteries. And then people shouted, "Jesus is Lord and Christ is King" at Kamala Harris rally on October 17th at the University of Wisconsin. And the incident occurred while Harris was speaking about abortion rights. And in response, she said, "You guys are at the wrong rally. I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street." And in Revelation 17, I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people and the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. When I saw her, I was greatly astonished. Her favorite way to drink a little wine. Some memes of her being a wine mom. Some pictures. Born on the year of the dragon. Here she is with a Chinese dragon right there. I don't know much about this guy from Ukraine. Does anyone know about this guy? In his own words, he used to describe himself as the beast, metaphorically in the context of current events, referring to the beast of events in an interview regarding the instability of the world and with Russia invasion of Ukraine. The fourth beast of Daniel's vision is interpreted as the Roman Empire, a dreadful and iron-toothed entity that symbolizes immense power and destructive conquest. The dragon symbolizes its fourth beast, representing the same powerful anti-God force which gives both the sea beast and the land beast. The 10 horns on Daniel's beast represented the 10 kings or kingdoms that arose from the fragmented Roman Empire, according to biblical interpretation. And then they got him over here walking on water on the cover of The Economist in 2017. I think mocking how Jesus Christ walked on water, right? La bête est là is French for the phrase, "the beast is here." Jupiter is a widespread nickname and political model associated with French President Emmanuel Macron, which literally translates to God with us, and a supreme authoritative, much like the Roman king of the gods. Macron once said he wanted to be a Jupiterian leader, unchallenged and detached from trivialities, like the Roman god of the skies. This man has positioned himself as Europe's savior, openly calling for a united Europe with its own army, economy, centralized power. Daniel saw it long ago, the fourth beast, a dreadful and terrible, devoured, broke into pieces, and it had 10 horns, and another horn, and a little horn came up among them, before whom 3 of the first horns had plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes, or like the eyes of a man, and the mouth speaking great things. So he has become the loudest little horn. Macaron from the Greek means long, great, exalted. So together it means God with us, the great one. You can pause to read this. I'm a little bit running out of time. These are from, someone sent them to me, Joshua Jones. And he said he's making a comic book of end times that is happening like right now in our current events. So Revelation 13:13 says, "And it performed great signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to earth in full view of the people. No gods, no kings, only men." That's what Elon tweeted. And Galatians says, "Do not be deceived. God will not be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." And that's when June 18th, their star base in Texas had an explosion. Elon has been giving Antichrist vibes, or false prophet, or both. Here he is with Trump. The second beast was given power to breathe to the image. He's brought us the image of AI. Here's the Abraham Accords, the prophecy of the destruction in Damascus. And I will not forget in that one interview, he said, "With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon to vanquish the beast." We must first lay hold of the dragon. This is a tweet from a president. April 14th, Isaiah 14. You can pause to read because I'm out of time.